Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Chatting Blues. Before we get into tonight's episode, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and leave a comment in the comment section. And Blues now move on to Stoke City away on Saturday, which is a game I'm going to. I just want to share my screen with you. So we won in midweek 2-1, really good results, When I seen the team sheet come out, I thought, what the hell is he doing? Bielik at centre-back, Gardner in. But he just wanted to have a look at the players, And the win will do us some massive, the confidence will be up now we've won that game, I would imagine. So Tony Mowbray's just done his press conference. We're just going to pick a few bits out of it. I've listened to it. So he goes on to say it's exciting at the moment. The two results so far give us belief and confidence that we can go on, that we can go anywhere and get a result. We've got more than enough to build to be ultra competitive in this league. And I totally agree with it, Sly. I think this team should be in and around the playoffs. I really do, especially the front four we've got. I think they're so fluid and dangerous that we should be in and around the playoffs, He goes on to say about Djukovic is a couple of weeks away from returning. I didn't even know he was injured, to be honest. Everidge is doing some light work with the goalkeeping department. Mark Roberts and Ethan Laird are back on the grass and should be back in training next week. And he did go on to say about Ethan Laird, he's really looking forward to seeing Ethan Laird play. He said he went on to say he's really loud in training. So he's a big character apparently on the training pitch, and we've seen him on the pitch as well. He's an unbelievable player. He's my favourite player. Like I've said on previous videos, I've done a video just on Ethan Laird when we signed him, but it's just keeping him fit. That's the thing, man. Do you know what I mean? And it's like it with a lot of the players we signed in the summer. He goes on to say, Koji is a very intelligent footballer and we like him a lot. He's very good defensively at blocking off the passing lanes. And I totally agree. I think he's a great player. And again, it's another one where, we're kind of like looking at him and we need to keep him fit. So Saturday then, we move on to Stoke, who are sitting 17th, just 3 places above us, 3 points above us as well. So if we win, we go on level points with them. They're unbeaten under their new. They've got a new manager, Stephen Schumacher, who's the ex-Plymouth manager. Good young up and coming manager. So I think the 5 unbeaten. What we'll do, we'll have a quick look at their results. So the last 5. We'll just look at the last 5. Yeah. So on Saturday they beat Rotherham 1-0 away from home. They lost in the cup at home to Brighton 4-2. They then drew with Stoke 0-0 at home, which is at Ipswich, 0-0 at home, which is a really good result. Second place Ipswich. They went away to Watford and got a 1-1 draw, and obviously beat us 3-1. So they're not doing too bad, and they're looking a lot more solid under Stephen Schumacher. So let's have a look at. Should we have a look at a team? What we can look at. Look, I don't know who's going to pick. Look, he played with a false 9 on Tuesday night, and I don't know how that looks on paper. He done it with Sunderland. Anyone that was there at the game, let me know how it looked, because on the radio they were saying, he was getting in such dangerous positions, whipping it back from the byline, but there was no striker. Do you know what I mean? And this is how he played with Sunderland. But the only reason why he played with it Sunderland, because he literally didn't have a striker. Ross Stewart got injured early on last season, and he done a formation where like the front 4 were just kind of so fluid, and they're scoring goals all over the gaff. So I don't expect him to play like that. I expect him to go back to a 4-2-3-1, and I'll go with the same back 4 as Ruddy, obviously in goal, Cody Drama, Dion Sanderson and Long together. Really good partnership, I think they've got. And Lee Buchanan as left back. Now, I was really torn with Bielik, because Bielik just seems to be struggling, man. Like, he struggled under Rooney, and it's only 2 games, but he seems to be struggling with with this system as well, what he's being asked to do. So I'd partner him up with James. Now I really like Sunjic, and apparently he come on Tuesday and played really well. However, you just can't keep Jordan James out of this team. Do you know what I mean? I think he's one of our best players, if not our best player at the moment. And you know, just quickly on Jordan James, I don't want him to go, man. Like if we're gonna be making strides and getting into the Premier League in a few seasons, we need to be keeping hold of these gems. You know, not selling them for 5-6 million or whatever. You know, so I'd partner him up with James in the centre area, just in front of the back four, and let James do that driving forward. Then the front four, I'd put Stansfield up top, you know, kind of just running them channels. Dembele I'd keep in the team. I thought he played really well against Swansea, you know, back out on the left, getting the ball out to him, you know, drifting inside, having the centre back up. He had that Harry Darling on toast on Saturday. Miyoshi, you know, great player, man, drifting all around the gaff. And I think this is a type of player Tony Mowbray likes. He's very similar to like a Jack Clark, but Clark's more of a like comes in from the left. Jack Clark does, who plays for Sunderland, like. And Bacuna's just, I think, has to start for me. You know, I call him hot and cold Bacuna, but he's been really consistent of late. So Bacuna there and Stansfield up top, and like these front four, I would imagine would be really like fluid. They're all over the gaff, and this is what was happening on Tuesday. Do you know what I mean? And the defenders can't keep hold of them. And then what I also noticed with Tony Mowbray is one of the fullbacks, or wing backs, whatever you want to call them, will bomb on forward, and what will happen? These will shift across, so Buchanan won't go. If Drama goes, Buchanan will stay, so it'll make up a back three. If we get caught on the counter, and even these are pushing up, you know, we've seen it Tuesday night, and we're. I really like the high press. I never thought I'd say this, but I really do like the high press. We're not giving teams a moment on the ball. Do you know what I mean? When they're trying to play it from the back. And of course, so many problems on Tuesday night. All I kept hearing was you know, that Blues were pressing them into mistakes and stuff like that. So I want to see more of that. And it's fine. That's fine. You can get your wing back or your full back bombing on as long as one of them stays. Because what was happening with under Rooney, both of them were going. Do you know what I mean? If you remember, both of them were going and leaving just these two centre backs here. So I expect something like that. But you know, you don't know. It's still early in his tenure, isn't it? So we'll wait and see, man. Okay, let's have a look at some other little bits then, lads. Transfer news. Now I don't know about Jordan James. Like I've been out all day. I've been really busy the last couple of days, and I apologise for lack of content. I don't know what the hell is going on with Jordan James. I'm hearing the deal's been done. Then I'm hearing he's staying. If you've got any idea what's going on with Jordan James, let us know in the comment section. But we are linked to a couple of players. Okay, so we'll have a look at this Andre Gazelle first. 1 second. Oh, this is interesting. Let's have a look at this. Bookmark this, man. Nutmegs. So Championship nutmegged, the nutmeg leaderboard. And if you can see it's Ricky Dembele. He's nutmegged 8 people this season. You know, the geezer is absolutely quality, I think. You know, he's up there with Rutter, Jed Wallace, Perry NG. That Perry NG is good for Cardiff as well. So what else? Yeah, John Percy, really good source. You know, if he says something, it's pretty much, you know, you're talking like 80% it's going to get done. John Percy of the Telegraph. So he says here, Birmingham City are closing in on signing QPR midfielder Andre Gazelle on loan for the rest of the season. Gazelle is set to become Tony Mowbray's first signing at Blues manager. And, you know, I've scouted around and done a little bit of research, and it does look like this is going to be our first signing. Right. I know, I've heard of the guy. I don't claim to actually, you know a great deal about him. But by the looks of it, he can play in multiple positions. So you can play as a number 6. If you look here on the right where my cursor is, he can play as a number 6, a number 8 in centre midfield. He can drop in behind the strikers, and he can also play out right as well. He's 24 years old. His market value is 1.1 million. This season, he started 22 games. He scored 2 goals, 1 assist, which makes me believe he's more of maybe a ball-winning midfielder. And these are obviously all the games he's played. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not too sure about this. I mean, these are his graphs here. You know, he's got a couple of goals. His expected goals here, 0.68. There's nothing really he gets a lot of shots on target. There's nothing really what stands out, if I'm being honest. You know, I do a lot of research on players on these graphs, and it's not brilliant, but you know, you just don't know. This is nice to see. Possession won in the final third. So I would imagine it'd be someone like Sunjic, do you know what I mean? Who's winning possession high up the pitch. And let's just hope he can pass the ball a little bit better than Sunjic. You know, I don't know if it's got his passes here. Successful dribbles. Yeah, so, and here's it in a different type of graph. So, you know, goals, he's fairly good at his goals. Defensive actions. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too sure about it, lads. I'm not too sure about it. If it does get done, then I will do some more. I'll go a little bit more in depth on it. Let's have a quick look. Something about Djukovic as well. Okay, here it is. Yeah. I mean, Djukovic is going to go. I'd like to see him take a coaching role, I would, to be fair, at Blues. Do you know what I mean? I think he'd be a great coach. So Blackburn are inquiring about Birmingham City striker Lucas Djukovic. Sources have told Team Talk. There's a couple of outlets what are saying this is, Djukovic is en route. Let's have a look at this. Tom Ross. Okay, so Tom Ross has done the presser with Tony Mowbray. He's interviewed Tony Mowbray for TalkSport. He expects a couple of new faces before the window closes. So says Craig Gardner is working hard to make it happen. Says the players have responded to him and his methods. He's thoroughly enjoying his work at Blues, and he does. He's just a proper down to earth manager. You know, and it's just refreshing, man. Yeah, and I do like, you know, listening to that. I reckon we will get 1 or 2 players. You know, I expect a central midfielder. Maybe it will be Giselle. I don't know, and a defender, and hopefully a striker. But you never know. I mean, if we keep hold of Stansfield, I wouldn't be that. Bothered, to be honest. You know. But yeah, so we move on to Stoke on Saturday. I'm just going to give my score prediction. My head is saying Stoke 1, Blues 1. My heart is saying Stoke 1, Blues 2. I've been Stoke the last 3 seasons, and we always seem to do all right there. Do you know what I mean? We've won a couple of times, we drew a couple of times. But I'm going to go for Stoke 1, Blues 2. If you can, let me know in the comment section. I want to know everyone's thoughts around Jordan James, if you can. Like, would you keep him to the end of the season? Like, do you want him long term? Would you prefer to offload him now for, like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 million and get a couple of players in? Let me know in the comments and give me a score prediction if you can, lads. But do me a massive favour. If you are a Blues fan and watching this, you know, we're on the way to 1,000 subscribers now. Hit the subscribe button and hit the like button as well. All have a great night and keep right on.